In today's video, I am going to be showing you different drills, but also different moves and options that you can have while on a 1-on-0 fast break with a defender who is, of course, trailing you. And then obviously at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some tips for training at the end of all of your training sessions. So let's get down and let's check out these drills and moves. Okay, so one of the most easiest things that you can do on a fast break is a quick stop, shot fake, and then you step through. You have to come to a 2-foot stop like we see David do right here, and Ethan does right here as well, where he comes to a 2-foot stop at the same time. He gathers the ball, and then after he gathers that ball, he shot fakes and then either steps through like Ethan does, or he goes straight up for a shot as David did as well. Next is going to be the same idea where you come to a jump stop, shot fake, and then you step through. But instead of stepping through towards the basket, you're going to take a step through towards the middle of the key, and you're going to go for the floater. This can give you more distance between yourself and the defender who was trailing you, who may have flown by you when they were trying to potentially block your shot. Now, this is a fantastic option, of course, if you are having refs that understand that this is not a travel. This is not a travel because you come to both feet at the same time when you gather, and that means that either foot could be used as a pivot foot. When you do that step through, that's your first step, which means that this is not a travel. Another option that you have, for example, here when you're driving down the left side, you're dribbling with your left hand, you plant that right foot as David does right there, and then you spin off and you take 2 steps towards the basket. Now, we have to remember that 1 step is allowed in AAU, and for the rest of the world, you're allowed to take 2 steps. However, when you are doing this move, you can do this in 1 step as well. You just have to bring that right leg up into a layup form. Now, when you're doing this move, you can do this move in the States as well in AAU because most referees are starting to allow 2 steps because the rest of the world is doing 2 steps. However, if you are looking at the footwork for 1 step, it's exactly what Ethan does right here for 1 step. He didn't gather until he went onto his right leg, which is exactly what you would want to do if you are doing a 1-step layup for the spin move. Now, if you're training with friends, it's always good to be able to go one-on-one. Now, here David is going up against Ethan. Ethan is an 11-year-old. David is a 13-year-old. David is one of the top 3 ranked players in Canada for his age. And when it comes to this setting right here, this is not to teach David how to score on a younger little kid. What this is doing is it's teaching Ethan how to go up against bigger, stronger, better players so that he can become bigger, stronger, and better himself. We have to remember that you don't get better by going against weaker competition. You get better by going against better and bigger competition. And that is what you need to do. David has always played either 1 or 2 years up, and he has never played in his own age group until this year, but he still plays a year up as well anyways. So it doesn't necessarily matter, but that's why, in my opinion, David got so good. And that is because he was playing up a year or even up 2 years, depending on the situation or the team that he was on. So that is the reason, in my opinion, why David is so much better. But then when you play against your own age competition, as David is doing right here, both himself and Irdi are the same age and roughly the same height. We now have a good and better competition for David to go up against so that now he's testing himself. And you can even test the moves and the skills that you acquired during the training session when you go one-on-one at the end of each training session. So this is my advice anyways. At the end of training sessions, make sure to go one-on-one with your friend or whoever you have with you. Anyways, I hope that you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys again in my next video. Comment down below and tell Ethan, Irdi, as well as David that they did a fantastic job in this video.